Hey guys, welcome to a new video. It's been a while since we've done a video in the office. But today, sadly, we have to. Because this guy, my LG CX 48-inch OLED that I bought in 2020, is slowly dying. So first off, let's take a look at how many panel hours there are. Now there is a slight caveat with that. I did a video about 2 or 3 years ago, I don't even remember, where I showed, the current status of the OLED. But during that video, I accidentally reset the panel usage timer. But since that video is about 2 years ago,
Three years ago.
was in October.
3 years ago.
We can actually take a look and see what our current timer is. If I remember the code, there. And our current timer, the UTT, sits at 6,499. Now let's round that up to 6,500. And let's say it's been
3 years ago.
since it was reset. So in
3 years.
I used the display for 6,500 hours. If we calculate that down, that is about
6 hours a day on average.
a day. Now, I bought the display in May of 2020, and so that's been 4 years and 5 months. So if we calculate all of that, I've been using this display for, it's somewhere in my notes,
9,602 hours.
That's quite a lot. Again, that averages to about
6 hours a day on average.
lost the first part of how many hours there actually were, but since the average of
3 years.
I think that's pretty accurate that this display has been on for about
10,000 hours.
That's quite a lot. And well, you know, an OLED, if you buy an OLED, you know it's going to die. And at some point, artifacts will start happening. Now, if you look at the screen right now, exit, you'll think, what do you mean? That all looks great. And it does, except when you start to look closer. Now, I hadn't really noticed it, but about a month or two ago, I started noticing weird black dots on my screen. At first I was like, did a fly land on my screen and leave a little poop there? Or, I don't know, something that was on the screen, but I started rubbing it and I couldn't get it off. I tried a pixel refresh and some of the black dots disappeared, but not all of them. And some that disappeared came back later. Fast forward 2 months, and this week I was looking, well, you can't really see it right now. I was looking down here, which is where the start menu is, and there was actually like a sort of hole there where just several pixels grouped together were just dead, gone black, displaying nothing. Tried a pixel refresh again. It was gone for like a few hours, then it came back. And I mean, it's logical that it would be in the start menu, because especially with Windows 11, I don't know what Microsoft is doing, but they've had a bug where auto hide taskbar has been broken, well, basically since the first release of Windows 11, and for some reason, they haven't managed to fix it. I don't know what's so hard about that, but I'll turn on auto hide taskbar, it'll work for an hour to 3 days, and it'll just auto-disable, or it won't hide anymore while it is enabled. And no, there's no pop-ups or anything preventing it from going down. It just doesn't work anymore. But most often, it just auto-disables for some reason. But I have an OLED. I want my taskbar to be hidden. Microsoft says, nah, we don't care about that functionality. We have it, just doesn't work right. Never has on Windows 11. I don't know. Anyway, looking at it like this and gaming on it with 120 hertz HDR G-Sync or variable refresh rate gaming is absolutely awesome. I play, for instance, Satisfactory. I'm playing that with 120 FPS with brilliant, vibrant colors and the big screen. It's excellent. But, well, I'm going to have to face the facts that it is dying. So I'll have to do something about that at some point. Now, let me show you a closer look with the good camera, what is actually happening. I will go to a testing website where we can do various colors, gradients, and things like that. And I can show you the, well, as I call it, holes, but they're just pixels that aren't lighting up anymore at all, scattered for some reason around the sides of the screen. So let me get the camera. So again, looking at the screen like this, when this is a 4K HDR 60 video playing, we happen to be in the Netherlands. We're not anymore. It looks great. But if we exit that and we go to this little testing thingy, it's a testing website, testmyscreen.com. Let's go full screen. And currently it's set to, well, can we do solid colors? Oh, okay, let's go back to white. There. This is set to white. And, well, on first glance, if you're looking through the camera, you're probably not going to see anything. But let's go down here. And let's zoom in as far as I can with my camera. Okay, I need to find the right distance. There. See those dots? Wait. Okay, I have to manual focus it, but see that dot over there? If I pan over the screen, there's a few more dots over there. And there's a whole cluster of dots. And if I go over here, for instance, there's a whole cluster of them too. It's hard to get the focus right. Hold on. Where are we? There's a few dots those are half dots for some reason. But over here, you can clearly see what's going on. Those are dead pixels. And no amount of pixel refreshing is going to bring those back. Now, if we go further around the screen, and I'll try and autofocus it again. Yeah, I think it needs more info. Let me go to gradient colors maybe. Anyway, now we're looking at a gradient red. Let's see if we can focus on that while I zoom in. Yeah, there it is. This is a gradient red, but let me go to the pure colors. Solid colors. So this is red, lower red, also red, green, bright green, a low blue, full blue, nothing. Oh, camera lost focus again, and this is white again. So as you can see, well, that doesn't look great, and whatever I do, these pixels stay dead. And there's another phenomenon that's going on that I haven't noticed or seen before, and that is if you look up there, for some reason, the top row seems kind of wobbly. It's not a straight line anymore, right? So I'm talking like over here, over there. For some reason, that is not a straight line of pixels anymore, but it seems, I don't know, kind of wobbly. I don't know how else to describe that. Now, is it not workable anymore in day-to-day life? Actually, no, it's fine, especially if you look at the screen like this, and well, normally I'd sit a bit closer like this. It's not that visible. And taskbar isn't going away again. Stupid Windows. taskbar behavior. For some reason it was off. Nobody knows. Anyway, if you look at it like this, they are there. There's the big spot. I'm not sure I can focus this close. There's one of the bigger spots. There. That's the one I started noticing first. But overall, if you look at the screen like this, it's okay. It's not that noticeable. Let's do a next desktop background. I don't know, it's kind of the same. Yeah, like that. But then again, if you look up here, you can see two black dots starting to form. Those are dead pixels. More dead pixels. And for some reason, it's especially around the sides. Because if I look at the middle of the screen, no dead pixels here, no dead pixels here. That all looks fine. Looks fine. But then once we get to the side, you see some over there. There's a whole cluster of them over there. Yeah, it's hard to find them on camera. I hope this shows it clearly enough. Hold on. So yeah, it's hard to show exactly on camera what I see in real life, but I hope that gave a good impression about, well,
10,000 hours.
some pixels, the weaker ones, I guess you could say, they will start dying and actually be dead, as in display nothing anymore. I'm actually glad they display nothing versus just not one color anymore. I think they just don't display anything anymore. Because if you'd be missing red or only have blue or it'd be stuck on, a stuck on pixel is much worse than a dead pixel. Well, that'd be much worse. But then, you know, how do we go into the future? What do I do from here? Well, I've always found, if you look in my last video about the OLED 2, 48 inches combined with 4K is just too big. The pixel density is too low and the screen is too big for the resolution. So either I'd need a 8K 48 inch, that would be awesome, but I'd want it with 120 Hertz or at least 120 Hertz and G-Sync and HDR and things like that. That kind of doesn't exist, and if it exists, it's like 10,000 plus, I think. If you have an option, let me know in the comments. So I'm thinking of going down in size back to a 32 inch, and then either one of the new QD OLEDs, or two actually, because I think I can fit two on my desk instead of this 48 one. So either two 32 inch QD OLEDs or some of the new LG OLEDs. They both do HDR, they both are OLED, they both have tune at 40 Hertz and G-Sync, etc. So which one would you pick? Have you considered one of those? But yeah, I just wanted to show like an update after 4.5 years or so, what happens to your OLED if you use it for 9 hours a day. Well, inevitably it'll start dying. It's not that bad yet that I have to replace it tomorrow, but I will have to budget for it this year, I think. So yeah. Yeah, well, I knew that would happen, but it's interesting to see how it happens, I think. Anyway, let me know what you think down in the comments. Did you think it was going to last for 10 years? Did you think it was only going to last for a year? I think about 5 years of lifetime of using it as a work and play monitor every day of the year, because with those
6 hours a day on average.
Counting Sundays and holidays and days I'm not here, etc. So on average, I probably used it
8 to 9 hours a day at least.
And then it was off during vacations and other days, but it doesn't matter. Did you think it would have died after a year or 1,000 hours, 8,000 hours? What did you think? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back with a new video. phone interruptions. I'll be back with a new video, a live stream. Maybe I'll see you in the comments or on the Discord server. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.